Some people still consider sales being made between a salesperson and a client in person to be old fashioned, especially in the 21st century where online shopping has quite boomed and overtaken the in person industry. However, it is still important to understand how to become an efficient salesperson. In addition, many of the ideals of being a great salesperson can be applied to your business in all aspects, online and more. To first make sales, we must have an understanding of the sales process of in person selling. And in this, there are 7 steps. The first step is prospecting. Here, we identify potential buyers, and there are many ways to do this, from referrals from other customers to reviewing purchase customer data to other companies that you can purchase from other companies that have products that target a similar target market, which means that they would be more likely to buy your product, which uh, which would make the customer more likely to buy your product. The second step is initial contact. Here we make contact with the customer and determine if they are a good fit to purchase the product that you are selling. Once we do this, we can go to the third step, which is the customer assessment questioning. Here, the questions that you ask should prod the customer into discussing what he or she is looking for in the product. And this step should help create an atmosphere of customization to appease the customer. Fourth, we send the sales pitch itself. This pitch should be modified to answer what the customer is looking for, which you should have determined in the previous step with the customer assessment questions. Then, the pitch should be framing the product in an appealing manner to solve the problem that the customer has established for you. Here, the product is also demonstrated and proven by you as an effective solution to the customer's problem. Fifth, we have the proposal. Here we send our final offer for the price of the product and handle any questions that the customer has. Prices and features are also negotiated here. Sixth is the closing. The sale is the sale is completed after negotiations complete and the goods are purchased by the customer. The details of the purchase are confirmed, such as expected delivery times for the product. Seventh is a highly important step that is commonly overlooked. But this is a very important step, the follow up. Here, we should re engage and check in on customers to make sure that customers are satisfied with their products. By building a positive relationship with customers, we can spread more business by generating referrals to new potential customers, as well as increasing the likelihood of current and past customers purchasing additional products. Now that we understand the sales process, we must analyze how to be a successful and efficient salesperson. Now, how do you do this? One of the easiest ways to optimize your sales process and salesperson experience is to pay attention to the data that you gather. Gather data on what techniques help you sell the most product and drive customer engagement higher. By collecting this data, you can identify sales methods which will be potentially beneficial and work more often than others. Next, you have to look at the product itself. Be honest with the product. Analyze in great detail and note down any flaws or issues that you notice as well as positives. Anticipate questions about these flaws and make sure that you are ready to answer them in a manner that prevents you from lying to the customer, but still develop persuasive arguments as why to overlook these errors or why as to these flaws are actually minor and not a big deal. Next, pay attention to the customer. This is an integral part of sales itself. There's a lot of negotiation and discussion in the sales process. Convey that you want to help the customer attain what they are looking for in the way that you engage with them instead of sending the message of being a slimy salesperson looking to exploit a customer for money. Show respect to the customer and answer any questions he or she may have. Focus on helping the customer, not selling the product, and you will succeed more. Now, this may sound weird, but helping the customer will end up inevitably selling your product if you present your product as a solution to the problem that the customer has. And one common rule that people use in the sales industry is to act like a doctor and not a salesperson. This means understanding what your customer is looking from this means understanding what your customer is looking for from a technical standpoint instead of rushing in and spewing a list of positives of your product, and uh, instead of also just keep on giving the customer a sales pitch which is mechanical and repetitive, not tailored to fit the customer's needs. Another important rule to follow is the 15% rule, and this will help make sure that the way you present the product is tailored to fit the customer's need, helping you sell more products. You should not be talking for more than 15% of any meeting with the customer. Ask engaging questions and show interest in the customer's answers. Demonstrate your expertise and show them that you are a great listener. This helps the customer feel that you are there to help them, which should actually be your mindset to convert more sales. Promise action. Promise action. What does this mean? Promise to do something at the end of every meeting. For example, let's say a customer says he's interested in seeing a sample of the product. End the meeting by saying something like, I will follow up with that on insert date. Here, by doing this, you're taking the incentive to continue the sales process, and you're not depending on the volatility or how the customer feels about the product itself. Try booking the next meeting here and in the now. This increases the likelihood of converting a sale by pursuing it. Overall, a lot of sales is preparation and attitude. Come prepared to meetings with knowledge of the product, demonstrate interest of the customer, and using what you have learned with the knowledge that you should have. You can create tailored sales pitches to fit your customers' needs, helping you sell the most products. In addition, make sure you take incentive to drive sales instead of relying on the customer themselves. Thank you for listening.